gonna name this one the Toronto Raptors segment. This is gonna be the Toronto Raptors thumbnail. What can we steal from them? Okay, so, well, okay. You want to start with the Fred VanVleet nonsense? Do you want to start with that? So
sure.
we've got Mavs draft at Mavs draft, who has now changed to Mavs/Magic draft.
Yes,
which is pretty cool. He's from the Orlando area, but then he moved to Dallas, and he's big in kind of the podcast community and basketball community. He's been Mavs draft the whole time I've seen him, but now he's back on the Mavs/Magic draft. I think he sees the tides are turning and maybe can get some more eyeballs on his account with the Magic in there. He says, this says more about the Magic getting ready to consolidate a guard than it does about Fred VanVleet for me, in my opinion. If they sign Fred, there's zero chance of all Fultz, Suggs, and Anthony return next year, and I'd be shocked if Orlando can win a free agency battle over Phoenix. And this is him replying to a report that the Suns and Magic have emerged as potential free agent suitors for all-star guard VanVleet, league sources say.
Well, based on the Suns' interest in Fred and our interest in Mikhail, maybe we pick him up and swing him. We work some sort of three-way deal or something.
All right.
That's the only way I see this working out. I don't really want Fred VanVleet on our team. I don't know why people would do. I also don't think the Toronto Raptors are underperforming, as you said earlier. I think they're a team of average dudes. Right. I think they have Pascal Siakam is a very good player, and I think Fred VanVleet is a very good player. They haven't been good since Kawhi left. Like championship worthy good.
Well, yeah, sure, but I think
so. If you're not championship worthy good, then you need to make some moves to get championship worthy good, or have young players develop. I don't see them having a lot of young players that are going to take the league by storm. Scotty Barnes, the most overrated rookie of the year ever.
Well, we can agree on that.
He's definitely not going to be the Kawhi this team would need to win a championship. So they need to make some moves of some sort.
But yeah, they are underperforming, Pich. They're definitely underperforming. Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet have both been all-stars. That's two starting all-stars.
But you set the bar too high if you think they're underperforming.
I mean, but looking at that team, it should be solidly a playoff team right now. OG Anunoby, who's a very good scoring and defensive three. I know we don't like Scotty Barnes, but at least he can be solid on defense.
Oh, he's not.
We're going to talk about Gary Trent Jr. in a second. They have a really good rotation. And there's no reason, honestly, that they should be in the 11th seed. They are underperforming. The Bulls are ahead of them. The Pacers are ahead of them. The fucking Knicks are ahead of them, dude. They are underperforming. They are. Okay. I mean, maybe not massively from our perspective.
Okay, I have them as like a 9.
Yeah, right. They should be in there though, but they're not. They're out. They're out. We're only 3 games behind them. So that's underperforming for them. I think their fan base is looking for some more cataclysmic moves here and making some changes to shake things up. So that's why there's all this Fred VanVleet talk. That means if Fred VanVleet, he's a starting point guard.
Yeah, he seems like the kind of guy you'd want to keep.
Yeah.
They should keep Siakam and Fred and move the other pieces.
Well, Fred wants to get paid like an all-star, and paying an undersized guard, I mean, he doesn't shoot that great from beyond the arc. I know he's got some dog in. He's got a lot of dog.
We've already got a lot of those guys on our team.
Yeah, that Cole Anthony is Fred VanVleet adjacent. Like he's the same player a few years behind. I don't want anything to do with Fred VanVleet and the number that we're going to have to pay to get him, because I think this is the last year on his contract or maybe one more, and then he's looking for a multi-year bag. And I do not want to get involved in that at all.
Right. But again, let's talk to the Suns about a 3-way, see if we can do it.
Well, we're going to talk about more Toronto Raptors right now, Pich, because Wendell Carter Jr. posted a happy birthday post for Gary Trent Jr. with a heart and fingers crossed emoji. You see what I'm doing here? You see what I'm doing there? So Gary Trent Jr. is a player that I think would be great for this squad. At Lil Penny also agrees. He says, please bring me Gary Trent Jr. Pich, what do you have there?
Pass.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't be.
I'm going to have to Google him right now because I've seen him come off their bench, but he's not impressive.
Dude, he's in the second of a 3rd-year deal for $51 million. So if you get him, you have him for one more year, and then that's around $18 million a year. That's like kind of where we can rock with that, right? It might be, you might consider it a little bit of a lateral move with Terrence Ross, but it's not. He's definitely younger than Terrence Ross, and he has much more off the dribble than Terrence Ross. And lately, he's been a better shooter because Terrence has been kind of cold and inconsistent. Now, I like that piece moving forward. I think that's a good piece to have off the bench as a six-man type of guy. Especially if Gary Trent Jr. and WCJ seem to have a relationship. I don't know exactly what the connection is there, but that would be awesome. So,
well, they played at Duke together.
Did they?
Well, Gary Trent played at Duke, so I'm guessing they played there at the same time.
Oh, so that would be that's why the fingers crossed. A reuniting, get another Duke player, piss Pich off even more. Oh, that's just the ribbon on top for me.
Yeah, maybe that's why I don't like him. It's also because he dropped 28 randomly out of the blue on the Bucks the other night. But yeah, it seems like he is a little bit Terrence Rossi is what you're saying. But I'm not a fan of the Terrence Rossi style player. So that's why I think he's not on my radar at all. Like he's just a guy that's in the league. Let him be on other teams. If he's on my team, I'll root for him. But like, he's not a guy that I'm like, I got to get Gary Trent. We got to get this guy.
I think that's the exact player that I'm looking for. Okay. A shooting guard.
The contract stuff makes sense. I get that.
Yeah, he's like fitting in nicely.
It feels like it would just be a trade just to make a trade, like just to say we did something. But it would be an upgrade over Terrence.
Right,
so
exactly.
In that aspect, I guess.
Yeah.
But I was hoping for like a better upgrade from Terrence.
Okay. You really don't like the Raptors. Pich doesn't like the Raptors. I think we're learning that.
It's not that I don't like the Raptors.
What about OG Anunoby?
It's the whole city of Toronto. Screw you, Maple Leafs. No, I just don't think they're built well. I think they're coached well.
Yeah.
I do like Nick Nurse as a coach. I think that's part of the reason they have anything going at all there.
Okay.
They just seem like they have a bunch of mid dudes.
Well, let's get some of those mid dudes over to us. I would love to have OG Anunoby at Sweet Chin Music from Ben here. He's suggesting some trade that sends Suggs and Bamba for OG Anunoby and Malachi Flynn. Now, that's not happening, Ben. You're going to have to include a bunch of first-round picks to get OG Anunoby away from the Toronto Raptors. That's a guy I'd probably be willing to give up 2 first-round picks for. I love the idea of having OG, Franz, and Paulo, 2 of those guys on the court at all times. I love that. And Pich's hard passing. Okay.
The pass got stimulated and is now hard.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think we could work out with the Toronto Raptors? They have some interesting pieces.
Stay away from the Raptors.
They have some interesting pieces, Pich. And folks out there, second cousins, let us know in the comments of this Toronto Raptors segment, what do you think we should get and how much will we have to
Unless
give up?
it's a draft pick or Siakam, we are not interested in anything the Toronto Raptors have to offer.
Don't listen to him. Put it in the comments.